Hello everybody, welcome. Today we're going to be doing a ribbon with some cross patterns through it. Of course, here we go. We got our 12 by 32 inch board. I put the border with the 1/4 inch, going along it with the 3/4 inch. Like I say, always want to border what you're going to do with the 3/4 inch, because all the lines that are going to crisscross through, you're not going to have to cut them. They can overlap without having to retape. Now here we go with this ribbon. This is one of my favorite ribbons. It looks hard, but it's really easy. So it'd be like along the lines of doing some flames. You'll see it come to life. At first, right now, when you're seeing it, you're like, what is he doing? It just looks like some circles swooping back through. You'll kind of see good old school ribbon. I'm using 1/8 inch. It's good to do it with one tape. And when I mean that, I mean just with one movement all the way through. Now, we definitely appreciate you guys. All of the materials you're able to get on the website, there is a description. There is a link in this description that takes you to the website. You can get the tape and the flake and the candies and the silver and all those things to get the job done. We appreciate your support, especially small business. Now here's where we start trying to make it come to life, so you're getting the 3D aspect of the ribbon. You want to make sure that you are swinging it in. Okay, now this is going to be the meat of the ribbon. And you see like how I'm trying to angle it kind of slightly up through the middle and then fat towards the left and the right. And then you want to try to get the right angle on the left and the right of this part. If you got to lift it up like you see me, if you think I just lay it out and it just happens right away, it doesn't. You might lift up several times till you're happy with what you have. And if you got to tear it off and redo it, don't worry about that too. I got piles of tape on the floor from doing that as well. That's with years of experience. It's just you being an artist. Like I say, here's really the swing, and then you want to put a little swing in that. You want to line it up perfect with the edge, and you'll see kind of when we go back and tape, as you see it's starting to come to life. I did a little repeat in case you didn't get that last little section. Thought it was worth double showing. Okay, so now I'm cutting it. This is really important. You don't want to cut through, not on those aspects, but around those turns. You want to tear it, or you want to cut it and lay it down, because you don't want the around the edges to split open. They'll basically get a little mouth and open up. So here I am going back after we've got it all cut. I'm going back with 1/2 inch. I'm going to do the border. And like I say, don't worry about those inner wrinkles. And with this one, it's really important, if you want to make life easier for yourself, you're going to want to do what I'm doing, where I'm going around the whole thing in a circle. And the reason I'm doing this, I could sit there and tape from the left to the right all the way, fill it in. But in this aspect, you're going to be able to tear the tape. You're going to be able to peel it all up at one time, versus you taping random places trying to fill it in. And this is basically just fill in like a coloring book. If you're filling in. And what we'll end up doing is we're going to end up putting some lace inside this. Like I say, just really wanted to do this to show you guys how to do one of the ribbons. And of course, on several other of the videos, I showed how to do 3 other ribbons. Ribbons are always something super amazing, especially when you're doing them with tape. And see, like I say, I'm coming along from the left to the right, the border, and then you can fill it in. It just makes it way easier, and it makes it easier when you're untaping it. That way it all comes up at once. You're not ripping a little piece, and then you're having to go over to the right, over to the left to rip it off. Cutting with the razor blade. You see how shaky I am? Always been shaky. If I can do it, you can do it. And then this is just back to filling in with some 3/4 inch. You know, if you do want to use some, 12-inch mid-tack masking paper, you could do that as well. I'm just old school, even with flames. Lots of masking tape, just fast with the masking tape. So now once we have that masked up, now we're going to start to lay our first line. So we're going to be working from the middle. We're going to be working from the middle to the left and to the right. We're going to be doing mirror image. So I'm going from corner to corner. Of course, I put that 1/4 inch green 3M right there. Then I put an 1/8 to the left and an 1/8 to the right with the 1/8 inch gap in between that quarter. Now I'm going to start laying my 3 shade, 3 fade, same thing, mirror image. This is going to look cool because it's crossing through it from the left to the right. And now here I am with the 3/4 inch green 3M. Just doing that so it looks cool during the process and easy to keep track of. Here I am with the 1/2 inch tan for our third line. I'm going to go over here to the right side too, do the same thing. Like I say, it's really just a matter of you pre-figuring out what you're going to do. Like me, I usually have a rhythm that I do or my usual setup that I usually do to break it up. So then I spaced it up here. Something simple. 1/2 inch space in between each one. And then I repeat it again. I put 3 for the 3 shade. And by the time we ended up with that, you end up with some space in the left and to the right. Out of cool rose stencil that I just did. We're going to 3D that too with some kind of black and white. It's kind of hard to tell till we get it painted. Then the spider web on the other side. Now I'm going to come in, like I say, shot a little bit of white in a few spots so we can deaden the flake till you end up with the solid red. I'm coming back with the candy apple. I call it the 1, 2, 3 kind of pass. They're pretty fast passes though. Same thing, and I kind of come over that, darken that up some on those corners. Here we go, coming in with the next color. Same thing here, untaping. As you see, I went in, shot some of those with a little bit of orange, barely, not enough to really get crazy. Just to tint the gold to where these fades will pop out a little bit more. Did those 3 shade, 3 fade. I'm starting to untape. You can see just those 3 shades pop out really, really nice. Now I'm going to come back with the little black. This is very important. Do not untape that ribbon until you've shot around with some transparent black, watered down black, however you want to do it. Everybody's different. If you want to shoot a little bit darker black, I think on this one I ended up shooting quite a bit of black. Honestly, personally, I think I put too much black when it's all said and done towards the end, but that's artist discretion. Now we're going to start untaping this. Be careful when you're untaping it. You don't want to peel your lines. Look at how this is peeling off. Like I said, if you tape smart, you work smart, you're going to save time. It's all coming off. It's It's going to peel off all the way from the left to the right instead of having to rip off 30 pieces separately. Look at how that all comes off at once. That's just doing this all these years and trying to save somewhat of time, because you got to think how much time spent doing patterns on vehicles. You got to find some areas where you can shave some time off, since you got hundreds of hours. Of course, not hundreds on this, but you get it when you're doing a full-size car. So we almost got it untaped here. And this is going to be cool. What we're going to end up doing, we're going to get some lace. Really simple trick. So cool. Going to put that down. It's really good. You can see right through it, so you know exactly where to shoot. Now, I like to use lace with the little low-tack adhesive on the lace to get it to lay down flat. I'm coming back with the black here, strategically, right through the middle. You want to shoot, when you're shooting black through lace or any color, you want to shoot with a little bit of higher pressure. You want to make sure that paint gets in between each one of those little designs. People shoot with low pressure and then they wonder why it looks blurry. Boom. We are going in with some candy gold. I'm just going to kind of go around it. Going in with a little bit of orange in there. Now I'm shooting. So another little coat around it. Then I'm going to end up coming in with some black. This is important to see for your shading. As you can see, I'm coming in just on the bottoms of each one of those. You want to give it that cup feel. Just a little black just around there, just on the bottoms. Now I'm going to come back and shade around this. Now we're going to untape the border. And then, as you see, don't miss that each one of those that I untaped on that ribbon, I did a little shading to give it that 3D. Now, I kind of wish I would have shot a little bit more black around the bottom edges there. But that's pretty much it. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. Follow some of the other videos. Please visit our website. And we just thank you and appreciate you.